It just needs diesel tank sorting and that can come out like. Yeah, she's original. That tractor never let
What is that?
It is alcoholic sparkling water.
Oh, no, thank you. Not.
Where are you from? Oh dear. Oh dear, He must be the youngest steam pilot. Have you driven an engine before? Sir? You don't shake your head, you say, oh right, there we go, there's the young man there. You're on this one. That man there is an expert. He'll tell you, you put your feet on the steps. She's all right. She's from Filey. Oh, that's all right then. Phew, I was worried for a minute. Don't look worried, girl. It'll be all right. So these girls are on stage at 12 o'clock doing a fantastic variety show. Is there singing and dancing?
Yes.
Do you do the singing?
No.
Thank goodness for that. They're starting to pick their engines now. What's your name?
Evie.
Evie, you go on the one we say, not the one you want, right? Have you been on an engine before?
No.
Well, there we are then. Right. Why? Keep going, young man. Not all the engines are suitable for the dancers, and some of them have got half a dozen on anyway, so you're going to have to wait for the next one. It's Evie next. I'll tell you about these engines later, but you see the big ones going through now are Showman's engines, and they're just, the canopy goes all the way to the front to protect the dynamo. Right you are, I've got to find room for another one. Evie. And it's got nothing to do with your looks. Off we go, Evie. You only just slow it down. And our last one is...
Jess.
From...
Scarborough.
I think this could be yours. Do you fancy a roller?
Yeah.
You're a good girl. When the engines are all in, another one on, off we go. Get the good looking one off. I want 3 girls going on a miniature. Come on, 3 girls, quick. We've got to go. Oh, too late. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Ugh. Are the girls all back yet? And the show, let's remind us again, the time of the first show is at
12 o'clock.
and the theme is...
Variety.
How long does the show last?
About 45 minutes.
How much does it cost to go and watch it?
Nothing.
It's...
Free.
I like it. You know, talking as well. Right, so we've taken our engines round. The dancers will go back to their terpsichore. And then we'll find out a little bit more about the engines. Steam wagon. That could go 53 miles an hour in its day, but round this peak there is a fire and a boiler, which is why it's air conditioned. So the bottom half of the body red hot, top freezing to death. That's a cestria, a podium. So the big Showman's engine, you can see, the very first one was built in 1883. That was called Monarch. And the last one was built in 1934. That was a Fowler built in Leeds. And you see the canopy for the big Showman's goes all the way to the end to protect the dynamo at the front. And they had twisted brass support. And the chimney extension on the top had 2 purposes: produced a good draft for the fire and kept the smoke and the smuts out of the paying customers. I counted them all out and I counted them all back, and we're 1 short. Who are we missing?
Yes.
She's always last, isn't she? She's always last. Jess, you didn't mind us waiting, did you? No, go on. Off you go, get on that stage. Down the corner, behind the galloping horses, the dancing girls. You can drive the dodgems and drive a steam engine. Little Showman's tractor coming through, another big Showman's coming through. Now this Showman is a rare machine. In fact, there's only one of them. It's an Aveling and Porter. It's been in Rochester in Kent. It's the Samson. And you see on the front, that brass horse, that indicates it's an Aveling and Porter. That horse came from Invicta, who was a Saxon warlord stallion who did some nasty things in Kent. And the county of Kent adopted the white horse for their coat of arms and also their county flag. Aveling and Porter, being a Kent company, converted to a brass horse, which is why you'll see on every alien reporter engine where there's room to do so. Sometimes there isn't. And this machine was built in 1901. It is older than some of my fillings. Old Lass, a general purpose engine, and these didn't go on the highway, or wasn't a highway as such. The design didn't change from 1860 to 1942 when the last one was built. And they used to drive static equipment, circular saws, pumps, and of course threshing machines where they'd go around with gangs of 6 or 7 men and thresh the corn. So there's a Marshall built in Gainsborough in Lincolnshire. The Marshall factory still exists. It's a magnificent 4-storey brick-built building and now sells ladies' knickers. It's a supermarket. Happens to us all. The very first steam engine that went on the road, such as it was in 1801. Richard Trevithick. Yes, he was a Cornish tin miner, and he put a steam engine, because he had those down his mines, in a stagecoach. It wasn't very steady, and of course, in 1801, there were no roads. The first roads were built with a macadam system until 1850, 1860. There were just rutted tracks. But in horse manure, unselling it well, I think. Westmoreland County Council. Disappeared in 1974, I'm sure. The Dreadnought coming through, and you can see he didn't want ditches. So down the eastern side of the country, where it's flat, even now if you go down on the train, you'll see huge fields which were built in the 1860s and 70s to cater for ploughing engines. 30 acres a day instead of 1. That was a revolution for British agriculture. Engines, 150 of them built the Suez Canal. 1856, Fowler steam engines built the Suez Canal. Steam diggers, of course. And both of those ploughing engines were built in 1919. And Fowler brought so much work to the city of Leeds that the city fathers said you can put at the crest of our city on the side of every one of your engines where there's room to do so. I'm sure Fowlers would have preferred a bit of cash, but still, whatever floats your boat. Denby Steve Cartridge, Mr. Ward there. Foden steam wagon. Eventually these could get up to 50-odd miles an hour. But the range was always a problem for them. Captain Scott. Now this engine is owned by a lady. It's actually owned by Layla Woodward with Captain Scott. It's a credit to you, madam. Really. Just a minute. If you want to talk, get down here. Right, just a minute. Just wait a minute. Wait. What's your name?
Lenny.
E.
Lenny.
Right, and how old are you?
10.
And suddenly you've gone shy. You wouldn't shut up when you were up there. Whose engine is it?
The Woodwards.
In particular?
My mum.
There we are. That shut him up, didn't it? Put the microphone by him. Right, go on, drive your engine off. Go on. On the front of that roller there, that's the crest of the city of Leeds. I'm sure that I wanted a bit of cash, but still. Whatever. I'm being called across by the owner. This man has owned this roller for 50 years, and you still don't realise, do you? Has it ever worked for you? No, never. It's in preservation. 50 years. So what year was that? 1972. I remember like it was yesterday. Mr. Sergeant with his Sentinel, 20 miles an hour? I don't think so. You're a lot quicker than that. And now I think we've got the oldest engine on the field. So this green engine coming through now is it's built by Richard Hornsby and Sons, Sir John Williams, and this was built in 1888. Mr. Matt Moore from Easingwall with an 1888 machine. A credit to you, sir. Keep going. And what's your name?
Lucy.
What's the name of the...
Oh, now that ski roller's a bit more like George, because that one's green, the other one's black.
Good. Val engine going through. Jonathan and Val Hutchinson. That's Murphy in 1927. Steele's grand 20th century Noah's Ark. Now, people are wondering what the Noah's Ark was. Well, the animals went in 2 by 2, so it'd be a roundabout with 2 tigers, 2 lions, 2 giraffes, 2 hippopotamuses. They went round and round. Good enough thing. 20th century Noah's Ark.
description, Jamie. Sorry?
Road Roller coming through now is a Roby. This is a rare machine. It's built in Lincoln, 20. Not many of these left moving in the world. Tiger. Yes, there's the tiger. Another big road roller coming through, that's Peter Pan. 17 tons this weighs, it's a corner of surf. That's Peter Pan, 1928 Howler. Built in Leeds. And your name is? You don't do speaking, he's a photographer. As soon as the engines are stationary, we invite members of the public in. Only just 5 or 10 minutes, that's all you're going to have, because you've got to get the arena empty for the Lancaster fly pass. So, members of the public,